Welcome to the Social Entrepreneurship Show. It's your host, Dr. Rashida L. Weaver. Welcome or welcome back. I'm so excited to join you for another episode. All right, so today's topic is social entrepreneurs and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna cut that out. Tongue twisting. Social entrepreneurs and self-awareness. Let's talk about it. Now, what is social, why am I getting so tongue twisted? What is self-awareness and why is it important, especially for social entrepreneurs? So self-awareness is the conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. And like, who are you? And how do you relate to other people in society? What distinguishes you from other people? What sets you apart? Or do you just, you're all about the status quo and you blend in with the person? Like, are you a normal person? Are you an extraordinary person? And this is a really important topic for me because I remember when I was dating and I would meet guys and they would just say, like, I'm just like a normal guy. Like, I'm just like, I like you and I'll do whatever you want, but just remember, like, I'm just a normal guy. Like, you're not really like a normal woman. You're extraordinary. And I do remember I was working somewhere and the manager said to me one day, she said, in a world full of ordinary, it's going to be hard for you to find another extraordinary. In a world full of ordinary, it's going to be hard for you to find another extraordinary. And she's not wrong. Except when I was at NYU, I felt like when I went to NYU, most people there were genuinely extraordinary. It was just like almost like the best people from all these different places in the world were chosen to be a part of that community. And it's just a magnificent place to be. The Global Network University, that's what they call themselves. And so shout out to NYU. I love you. And what is societal awareness? So societal awareness is the ability to understand and recognize the feelings, perspectives, and needs of others, as well as social and cultural norms. And this is so, so incredibly important, especially as I develop the new social entrepreneurship membership community for the International Institute for Social Entrepreneurship. One of the reasons I want to develop this membership community is because it'll be an online platform similar to like Facebook where you can chat with all kinds of people from around the world, but it's mostly social entrepreneurs or people in the field of social entrepreneurship because you'll also have a lot of what we call entrepreneurial support organizations like funders, lawyers, attorneys, government officials, people that work for universities, think tanks that can influence the work that you're doing or that help advance the work that you're doing as well. And so my goal is to launch that before the end of 2025 to launch the membership community and really get people up in there. There'll be resources, there'll be discounts on conferences. But the main thing is I'll have webinars and workshops for you, and you can chat with anyone else in the community. And I'm really excited about that because that's been something I've been wanting to do since about 2018, 2019, and it's finally happening. So I'm excited about that. All right, so social awareness and self-awareness. Self-awareness is about you, social awareness is about how you fit into the broader world and how others think about you as well as themselves in the world in general. And this is so important, especially I think for social entrepreneurs because social entrepreneurs are rare. They're not average. They're definitely not mediocre. Social entrepreneurs are people that have gone through oftentimes adverse experiences or you've witnessed adverse experiences and you actually have the audacity, the courage, the self-belief, and the confidence to believe that you can actually do something about it. Right? And many times that when something bad happens to people, we can be victims, right? And a lot of people don't live up to their potential because of some type of trauma, some type of criticism, doubts, like a lot of negative things that have happened to them. They've really taken it on and almost created like a personality around being a victim. Many people do that. And some people, it's not that they've even created personality about it because they may be hush hush about it, depending on their culture. But if you were to really get inside their mind and understand why they have not done great things in the world or why they're struggling, a lot of it comes down to somebody either telling them that they weren't good enough, them feeling like they're not good enough, feeling like, they need to be perfect, that they need to be better, or that they are regular, they're not extraordinary. Um, Sometimes that's a social norm as well in certain cultures. You don't want to consider yourself special. And that's something I see a lot in the suburbs, like people against being special, which is like a weird thing because if you're special, you're special. You can't really help it. And everybody's special in their own kind of way, but some people, like I said, they want to be so a part of the norm so badly, and to fit into the group that they stifle their own creativity and individuality. Whereas I see a lot of times in big cities, in urban areas, like where I'm from, like the Bronx, New York, New York in general, New York City, it's a place where your individuality is celebrated. And it's also not like nobody's staring at you because you're like super authentic, like, or you express yourself authentic. Nobody really cares. Like, you've got things to do. People in New York have things to do. I also notice like Chicago, like all these places, like, I feel like the more you rise and um in those spaces for your individuality, people are excited for you and celebrating you, but nobody's really like studying you and watching you and thinking like, ostracizing you because you're an individual. But that happens in certain communities. And so it's important for social entrepreneurs to know in particular that you are rare and you are special. And my all my work has been about celebrating those rare, special people. It's all about, celebrating the people that have the courage to do something good for society, have the courage to not also be selfish and self-serving only, but to actually give back to the world and to, you having that audacity to believe that you can actually be the change you wish to see in the world, right? Mahatma Gandhi quote. Yeah, like, wow, you know, um, that's so bold and it's beautiful. Now, another thing that's really important in regards to social entrepreneurs and self-awareness is trauma. So I mentioned the adversity that many social entrepreneurs have either seen or experienced, but trauma in particular, I've studied over 1,000 social enterprises throughout the United States, and I've studied some globally as well. And trauma is an element, and empathy is a common theme amongst social entrepreneurs. So that self-awareness is really important. You have to really assess where your work is coming from. And like I'll say, even with myself, when I first started doing this work, a lot of it had to do with me wanting to address, the poverty that I saw growing up in the Bronx, New York. And now, that's when I started the work. And now I really want to look more into human flourishing aspect of social entrepreneurship, where, okay, you've come from a certain background, you've taken your issues and you transform them into an opportunity to create positive social change and a life for yourself. But what happens when you've already created the organization and you're ready to flourish and you deserve to flourish? You're already helping people, you're already generating income. Already, you've become the person that you want to be. And now it's time to also enjoy that aspect, to embrace and enjoy the current moment, the present version of yourself, and also to create a legacy for your children, for your family, for the people that come after you, right? And so, understanding trauma is really important because, as you talk about in the boot camp, the Ready Set Launch Social Enterprise Boot Camp, which, if you don't know, is a signature program for the International Institute for Social Entrepreneurship. And we now talk a lot about the nervous system and how the nervous system has to literally expand its capacity to hold more and more revenue, more and more success, more and more social impact, because many of us have a baseline level of the amount of success we can allow into our lives with ease, right? It's stretching your comfort zone is not easy. It's difficult and it can be stressful. And so, yeah, that's really, really important for social entrepreneurs to understand that trauma element, because once you understand whether or not trauma is influencing the work that you're doing, you can then understand how to overcome it or take the steps needed to overcome it and develop the skills needed to constantly expand your nervous system over time as your organization grows. And also work with your clients as well and your beneficiaries because they're most likely going to need it as well. Empathy, right? How is empathy going to affect you? So empathy can affect you in a beautiful way, right? You have social entrepreneurs have a pro-social understanding attitude and understanding of the world, right? We believe that people are good, most of us, and we want to do good for other people, but there's a limit to empathy. Empathy can also be toxic if it goes without boundaries. You can't have so much empathy with other people that you're like putting yourself in harm's way. Spending all your money, not charging enough to actually be sustainable so that you could actually help people for long term. So empathy, understanding that as well, that you have a predisposition often to empathy. And which is literally why you created a pro-social organization, most likely. Unless you're greenwashing, which is, when you're just like masking as a social entrepreneur because it's like a hot topic or just financially beneficial way of doing business, but you don't really care. Um, yeah. Being in the right rooms and groups. It's important. Self-awareness is important for being around like-minded people, being in the right rooms and groups. Many social entrepreneurs don't even know that they are social entrepreneurs because they've never even heard of the term. And so it's important for me to spread awareness about that and for you to spread awareness about social entrepreneurship and to get people in the right room so that you can get the supports that you need. Once again, going back to the membership community, part of it is like literally being in the same virtual room and then having an annual conference. That's important for literally gathering people together that are like-minded and they're on a journey and a path together. Because remember, social entrepreneurship is a journey with a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so we're on the same journey together throughout our lifetime. And as some of the only people literally doing this work in the world, it's really important for us to exchange knowledge, to support one another. Emotional resilience is essential to social entrepreneurship. You are going to expand. You're not just trying to do one thing. Sometimes you're even trying to do three, right? You're trying to increase, generate revenue, you're trying to advance social impact, sorry, advance social good, and some of you are also advancing economic justice, not economic, environmental justice and environmental good as well. And so that is super important to understand. And when you're doing this kind of work, you're a leader, when you are a leader, you must surround yourself with other leaders to piggyback off one another, to have that beautiful energetic exchange and boost. Like every time I go to a conference related to social entrepreneurship, I come back so energized. I feel like, sometimes like I'd be on campus and I'd be the only person studying social entrepreneurship and I'd be like siloed and so are they. Like they're all feeling the same thing. And then we get together and we're like, yes, we're doing this. Like we all have the same favorite topic and it's exciting. And it's a very exciting thing and it's inspirational. And that's the whole point of a conference. It's supposed to be inspirational and energizing, right? And so being in the right rooms and groups is really important. So self-awareness is key for that as well.